Good afternoon, Becky Williams with Rage Against the Regime podcast. Oh, where do I start? First of all, I want to apologize to my listeners for the language that I frequently find myself using as time goes on. It's becoming rather more and more frequent. F-bomb and some of the other things that come out of my mouth before I even know I've said them. I say them out of anger. And rage, the deliverance of my message needs to be addressed. So, first and foremost, I want to apologize to my listeners out there. I will not apologize for the passion, but I do apologize for the deliverance. And I'm going to work on that. I want you guys to know that. I don't want that to be a reflection on my credibility or integrity, and certainly it shouldn't be, but for some simple-minded individuals out there, it will be, because they don't understand where I come from, and it's very easy to get back into what I was raised up in as far as my language. Now, I have a lot of conviction, have a lot of passion. I am the truth stinger, and I do deliver with truth. I have my opinions on where this country is going, what we need to do to get it back on track, and I understand that I'm receiving some negative, negative reply to the deliverance or the lack of eloquence that I use. For those who are my regular listeners, they understand that I frequently apologize when I do it, but I am going to be mindful. I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to pray about it. And I'm going to ask you folks out there to pray about it too. Help me to curve my tongue and to deliver more eloquently and intelligently the message that I want to send to the public. Now, with that said, back to some of the situations that we have currently we are facing in this country. I believe that Governor Abbott is a man of integrity to a large degree, and I believe that he'll hear our message, and I certainly want to get that out to him. I want to reiterate to Governor Greg Abbott, if you will please, sir, give us an audience and help us help you to deliver Texas from the death grip that the New World Order and this current regime, this de facto government in Washington has on us. I want to address one of the things that I know may be an issue for the legislators and for yourself as government in Texas is most likely federal funding. You're afraid you're going to lose something. I will remind you, sir, you and I both know, and so do many others, that we pay back far more than we receive from the federal government at the end of the fiscal year. We don't need their money. We don't need their help. But we do need to help ourselves. And so, Governor Abbott, for you, I'm asking you to give us an audience. I'm asking you to go outside of the norm as government has operated for the past 200 years concerning the people in the state of Texas and gaining audience with their constituents and with their governor. I'm asking you to call that conference and to invite the public. Do what you need to do with security, sir. We will certainly keep our eyes peeled as well while we're engaged in that conference. But once again, we do want an audience with you, and we would like to talk to you about seceding Texas. Now, we know that the federal government and the New World Order and the interest that has been given away in the state of Texas is going to be resistant to the separation of this marriage that we seem to be caught up in concerning the union of Texas with the rest of the country. Again, I want to reiterate to you that, sir, we will certainly make sure that you are safe. We will fight to the death. We will stand with you, for you, in front and behind you. We will make sure that you and your family see no harm comes to you. So, first and foremost, we want you to know that we back you 100%, sir. and we show you the utmost respect. However, our time is running out. We have been taken over. I know I had mentioned this in the last broadcast. The number of businesses, small to medium businesses in the state of Texas and across the country, are now largely owned by foreign invaders or by people who were brought over here, and I'm just going to call it what it is, the Muslims, in an exchange trade over a treaty in 1973 with the Saudi king. We're not good with that. Our prosperity was given away without permission from the people. The people have been denied the right to prosper in their own nation. Obstacles are put before us that keep us or preclude us, and we're not good with that. Foreign invaders are coming over here under the guises of refugee status and amnesty, which is illegal, by the way, through our borders. And it's time for the madness to stop. Lives are being lost. Prosperity has been taken away. They're given exclusive benefits that we are denied. And day-to-day life is becoming more and more of a struggle for the citizens of Texas and across America to provide for their families. We're being taxed under a treasonous act called Obamacare. It is nothing more than a taxation platform that is full of Agenda 21, and I know you're familiar with Agenda 21. We're losing lives in the state of Texas and across the country by these foreign invaders and these so-called refugees. We're seeing more and more activity with terrorist organizations that are inside of our borders, the drug cartels that are being funded by the federal government. We're not good with any of this, and we can shut it down. We can shut it down, and we can help you do that. I do have suggestions, as well as some of the other leaders in the Patriot community, that we feel would give us some resolution or solutions to the issues that we're facing. You have the right to deny any federal interference in our state. You have the right to the sovereignty of Texas, and the perversion that has been implemented into the Constitution, the federal Constitution, certainly by no means should affect our Texas Constitution and Declaration of Independence, but it has, as well as our Bill of Rights. We are not good with a federalized police force. We're not good with our police force being armed with military-grade artillery or vehicles. We're not good with the National Guard stepping in when we have our own state guard to handle our issues. We're just not good with what's going on, and we're certainly not good with FEMA being a part of this program and being in Texas. We want to exclude them from Texas, all of those entities, as well as the federal alphabet agencies. We do not need them. We have a Texas Ranger group that is more than capable of handling any type of intelligence situation concerning law in the state of Texas. That's what they're there for. We want to shrink our government. We've got a lot of people in our own Texas state government that are not representing the people properly. Obstacles have been put up that are less than acceptable in order to gain an audience, even with our local congressmen and our state representatives. We're being charged fees for background checks and entrance for day passes into Austin. You guys work for us. We already pay those fees. We're paying them in taxes through the nose, and we are not good with the obstacles that have been placed before us in order to deter people who don't have the tenacity to continue to dig until they find a way to get in front of their representatives. And then once we do, we're finding that we truly have no representation. They give us lip service, but they give us no action concerning what we choose to be billed under, as opposed to these people making decisions for us without consultation or without printed article in the newspaper, which, by the way, is the law. It's 45 days prior to any bill or new law being placed on the books It's to be printed in a public newspaper, and then the representatives are to hear the people's concerns and decisions on those new laws or the removal of law under the Bill of Rights in the state of Texas. Now, I propose that when we do break away and become a new country, that all law enforcement officials, all peace officers, that's what they're supposed to do, is protect and serve the public, which they no longer do. They police over us, and many of them are criminal. But I would propose that all law enforcement, all political candidates have to pass a constitutional law, Bill of Rights and Texas Declaration of Independence course, so that they understand first and foremost it's a privileged position, and it is meant to serve the people, not serve over the people.